Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the I Tried to Follow makeup tutorial. Today I'm going to be doing DESI Perkins. I love DESI Perkins. I love watching all her makeup tutorials. She's so talented. And just the way she creates her videos, I just love to watch. But yeah, I'm kind of pleased how it turned out. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. But yeah, if you want to see how I created it, then please just keep on watching.
First thing we want to do is apply an eyeshadow base. This is the Benefit Air Patrol, and I'm using my concealer buffer brush by...
Okay, so she's using the Air Patrol eyeshadow base, which I haven't got. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution in the shade C4. So she puts it on the back of her hand. And then she's using the Zoeva Concealer Buffer, which I'm going to use. So I'm going to pick up some of that concealer. And she's just literally applying it to the whole lid.
Everything's nice and even before. So you can see I'm making sure to buff
right
it
up to the brow
all in. Especially towards the crease and like out here, just make sure you really get an even layer. Next, also a very important step when you're doing a lot of blending is to set your eyeshadow base, and this is ABH.
Okay, again, I don't have that, but the closest to that I've got in my Carly Bible palette is this one here. It's like a creamy kind of colour.
Because it gives you a nice brow bone highlight, and then bring it all down. Just make sure to set everything. This is going to make everything nice and smooth too. And don't be afraid to bring your eyeshadow out all the way over here, because we're going to clean it up with a makeup wipe after, and you just want to make sure that you blend everything outwards, so when you do clean it up you have a nice sharp line and everything gradiates out all the way instead of stopping abruptly. Next, I'm going to pick up a transition shade. This is Orange Soda by ABH.
Okay, so equivalent to that, I'm going to take from my Laura Lee Violet Voss palette, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is like got like a nice peachy undertone to it as well.
Apply this eyeshadow into the crease and then slightly above the crease. Doing a black smoky eye, you really want to have a
nice fluffy brush, hold please. I also have the 228 by Zoeva. This is like the rose gold collection.
Shadows to gradient down before you get to that really harsh black, and
it's so funny because when you're creating videos, you want to make your video like as short as possible, like you don't want to go on for too long because people get bored. But then when it comes to like recreating one and following one like I am now, it's like, whoa, slow down. It's so different.
Softly clean it up. That happens to me all the time, and I just do that. So next I'm picking up Rust, and this is from the Melt Cosmetics Rust Stack. It's well loved, as you can see. I'm going to pick this.
Okay, so again, I'm going to go in with my Violet Voss Laura Lee palette. I'm going to pick up this shade. It doesn't really show up the same colour on camera, but it is like a really nice rusty brown shade. So I'm going to grab this 227 Luxe Soft Definer by Zoeva.
I love this Smith brush if you guys saw my video on my favorite brushes, because as you guys can see, it's creating a pretty nice line here into the crease, almost like it's cutting the crease, but then the bristle.
I have a completely different eye shape to her, so she's got more of like a defined crease, whereas I've got like more of like a fold to it, so like when I open my eyes you can't really see a lot that's on my lid. So I'm just trying to like make the eye shape kind of similar. She brings it up quite high in the middle, so her eyes are like more like rounded. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just bring it a little bit further, as I have got that like natural fold to my eye.
And then I'm taking the Orange Soda shade one more time, and I'm going to run that along the edges of everything we just put down, just in case you covered up too much of the orange soda or you need a little bit of blending to happen. This is what I feel like really makes the difference for me when I'm doing a black smoky eye. Before, when I did a black smoky eye, what I would do is I would pack the black onto the lid at this point and then buff that out. But I find that the black fades into the other colors a lot better if you apply it in the crease first, blend it all out, and then pack it onto the lid.
So I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I love this black shadow. It's a really nice and true black, if you know what I mean. What brush is she using?
230 brush here. Same thing we did with the other colors, but this time keep it as low as possible. And it's okay if you get.
I'm going to use this Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease.
Lay the brush on this outer part with the point going into the crease, and then I blend it through. Because I don't want the black to go up too high. That's the key, right? If I put the black eyeshadow too far up in my crease, that's when it's going to start to look like too crazy. You know, that's what's scary if the black goes up too high. And don't pick up too much black eyeshadow. So I dipped my brush in, and I'm going to make sure that I blend all of this out as much as I can before I apply more black eyeshadow. That's also key. There's a lot of rules and tricks to this to get it just right. But I look back at some of the smoky eyes I've done, and I was like, whoa, I was really into them when I was 19, I think. Black smoky eyes. When I'd go to the club, the like underage clubs, you know, I was thotting and bopping out there wearing black smoky eyes on the regular. So it all looks kind of crazy right now, a little messy, right? Like, because it's all over our lid. It's gonna look fabulous once we're done. But it's totally worth it when you're done. Now that I've placed that, just going over with my transition shade brush, lightly grazing. Now, moving on to the lid, you really want the black to be just like really dark. A lot of eyeshadows, when you pack on black, don't look as deep. So what I like to do, I mean, even though this one's really, really dark, what I like to do is first apply a dark eyeshadow base or Inglot gel liner, which is really, really dark.
I'm going to use my Maybelline
This is probably the
eyeliner.
darkest product I have. So I take that on a concealer brush, and we're just gonna apply that over the lid. And this is what's gonna make it just deep and dark. Really work it into your lashes too over here. But make sure you apply most of it like towards the lash base, and then as you work up, you'll have less product on your brush, which is what you want. That way you can just kind of lightly fade it into the blending we already did. You don't want to start with like the glob up here in the crease because it'll be too heavy. And I like to keep less cream products closer to my crease as well, because if you have hooded eyes or anything like that, like sometimes it could get a little too slippery. I don't find that that happens with Inglot gel liner, but if I were to use, like, for example, a NYX jumbo eyeshadow base, that happens to me where it creases up. Then we're gonna pack on.
Hang on, I'm still blended. Wait. Okay.
Tap off the eyeshadow just so nothing falls.
Okay, so she's going back to
do my foundation afterwards.
black
so
shadow
fallout, not a big deal.
with a flat shader. I'm just going to use this one.
Now it's cleanup time, so I'm taking a makeup wipe.
Whoa! Hang on. Right, so I'm just going to pat that over the top.
And cleaning up all the black under our eyes. And I just really sharpen up the edge here. So now I'm picking up a black pencil liner. This is Scandal Eyes.
I'm going to take this one by Morphe.
Really
it's in the shade Dark Room.
Up in your waterline. Since the eyeshadow is so dark, you can't have any skin peeking through once you apply your lashes. So, gotta get it all in between those lashes. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. This is the Tarte Light Camera Flashes. Don't really need a lot, just a small coat here. And then we're just gonna go ahead and apply some falsies, and I have to use...
For falsies, I'm going to use the Red Cherry lashes. These are 43.
So dark that you can't really see the lashes if I were to use, for example, Iconics by House of Lashes, which is usually my go-to. These are Camilla, and these are by Flutter Lashes. So you guys can see they're super thick, really fluttery lashes. They're pretty. All right, here we go. You can't even see them. Can you see them? Anybody see my lashes or no? Just know they're there in spirit. They're there. I'm going to go ahead and prime my face using the Smashbox Primer Water.
I'm going to use my MAC Fix Blush to spray all over the face.
And then I'm going to use my Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in 7.5.
Then for foundation, I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I love this foundation. So good. It's like full coverage but lightweight at the same time. That you can't feel it on your skin. Love it.
I'm going to use the NARS Creamy Concealer in Biscuit. This is kind of like a color correcting concealer right here.
So I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution in C10. She's just going to do a little bit of colour correcting, as she said. So I'm just going to dab it under the eyes.
Here, so I'm applying this first. Just a little bit, or a lot of it. Blend that in. concealer just makes this smoky eye look so much cleaner. This is why you want to do your smoky eye first and then do everything else, because it can get super messy, and if you try to do it before, your under eyes may look really dark. And then to brighten all of that up, I'm going to go over that with medium in Becca Aqualuminous concealer.
Then to brighten my eyes up, I'm going to use the same concealer but in the shade lighter, which is
Sorry if I seem a little
C4.
out of it. Like, I swear every single time I work out legs, I just feel so unable to speak. Since we're here, might as well just kind of hit it one time down the nose. You know what the hell, let's just come on, hit it over here. This is like a really extreme makeup look, so when you highlight and everything, it looks really nice. And just go ahead and blend that all out. So when you make this line of concealer, make sure you flip your beauty blender around and buff that line out after the eyeshadow so you don't have like this white line across your temple. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer using the RCMA powder, and this is the Morphe E27 brush.
And I'm just going to take it on this brush, I'm just going to dip it in.
Right around my nose area, on the apples of my cheeks. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the eyes because they look super top heavy right now, and I wanna give you guys the finished look of the eyes. So we're gonna take this Dose of Colors pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into Sienna, which is that reddish shade, and I'm gonna start smoking out the lower lash line. Starting with most of the product on the outer part, connecting it to the black up here, and then smoking it inwards. Bringing that pretty low, because once we put the black liner on the lower lash line, everything kinda disappears a little bit. So apply it and then blend it all out with a semi-clean blending brush. Whatever you use for your transition shade, you could use to blend out this lower lash part. So I'm gonna apply a little bit more on the outer part of the eye here. It's where the black will go down the lowest. Next, we're gonna take the black liner that we used in our waterline, and we're gonna apply that in the waterline on our lower lash line, and also smoke it out pretty heavy on the outer part. This is really gonna connect the top and the bottom. So I'm just building it up on this outer part first. And then as I go to the inner corner of the eye, I kind of make sure it only goes in the waterline over here. If I make it too thick all the way in, it may close off my eyes a little too much. And then this gives it more of like a catty look. Then I take this tiny little Morphe E36 brush with a little bit of black eyeshadow, and I'm gonna smoke that out and just kind of set it. So I barely dipped my brush into the eyeshadow, like just tiny bit, just enough so I could smoke everything out. So now we have the black under the eye. It really balances out the top of our eyes so we don't look like super crazy. And if you need to go back in with a little bit of sienna to just clean up those edges, you can. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my bronzer. This is the Hoola by Benefit. This is a Japanese brush.
I'm going to use my Rimmel London bronzer, and I'm going to pick up this blush brush, which is kind of like the same sort of like fluffiness as her brush.
I'm going to lightly bronze the cheekbones and the forehead. For me with the smoky eye, I like to do more of just bronzer, no blush really, because I feel like the eye is already so extreme. I mean, at least for me and what I got going on, that I like to just apply bronzer. I'm also gonna take a little bit of that Hoola bronzer on a flat brush and contour the tip of the nose here. And then I'm gonna go in with this little foundation brush, kind of just lightly tap over the contour so it doesn't look as harsh. I'm gonna set my face with the Smashbox Photo Primer Water.
Plus again.
And I like to do that before I apply a little bit of highlight because it makes my highlight pop a little bit more. I'm so sore right now that when I move backwards, my whole stomach is just like... And for the highlight, I'm gonna be using Gilded Honey.
For my highlight, I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution, because it's called Radiant Light highlight. It's kind of similar to the one that she's got, but it's maybe like a little bit lighter.
By Laura Geller on the Morphe brush. Just kind of give it a look to the side and apply that on the top of the cheekbones to keep it the bow. A little bit on the chin, and then a little bit on the tip of the nose, and up here on the bridge. You can apply blush if you want to. I don't want to, so I'm not going to. And I think that's it besides lips. Let me figure out what lip color I'm gonna do. So I don't really want too much of a lip color. I'm just gonna take Oak by MAC and just lightly...
I'm gonna take Subculture by MAC, which is similar colour, not exact.
Run that over the lips, kind of all over. Did you guys notice I just like have a beauty mark all of a sudden? Just did it real quick. Just kind of like a wash of this color over the lips.
Okay, so that's it for me copying DESI Perkins. I tried to follow DESI Perkins makeup tutorial. I'm really proud of how it came out. It's really nice. It is so difficult to do a true black smoky eye, like it really is. But following along to a makeup tutorial is actually a lot harder than it actually looks, because you have to look at what they're doing, you have to pause it, you have to do it yourself, and then you have to go back and you think, oh, how did they do that? And then you go back and you watch it. You have to watch it like 15 times before you actually do it. But I love DESI Perkins. I always watch her videos. Like, I'm obsessed with her. Her and Katie are just so funny together, and I love their vlogs when they go away together. But yeah, let me know what you think of my recreation, if you like it or not. But I all hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did, and please don't forget to subscribe.